Smoked crab rangoon, stuffed portobello mushrooms on Smoking and Drinking. Hey, welcome back to Smoking and Drinking. I'm Mike, and today we're going to make stuffed crab rangoon portobello mushrooms. Let's get started. Okay, I'm kind of excited about the crab rangoon stuffed portobello mushrooms. We made another variety of portobello mushrooms here a while back. We made spinach and artichoke stuffed portobello mushrooms. Those were fabulous, which is funny because I'm not a big mushroom fan, but man, I loved them. I mean, they were awesome. I'll leave a link up here to that video in case you want to check those out. But today we're doing crab rangoon stuffed mushrooms. And I love crab rangoon. Mrs. Smokin and I order it every time we go to eat Asian cuisine. It's a great appetizer. And like I said, I'm a new fan of portobello mushrooms. So that's what we're going to do today. Crab rangoon stuffed mushrooms. So let's get started here. First thing we need to do is prep the mushrooms. I've already scooped out the gills, the dark brown underside of the mushroom. Scoop those out. Those are not the best tasting. Plus, you want to make a little more room for your stuffing. So, got all those stuffed out or cleaned out. I just used a spoon and gently scraped them out. I want to be gentle. Mushrooms are a tender or a delicate food, and if you're not careful, you can tear them up. But first thing we're gonna do is pre-smoke the mushrooms. We're gonna lightly oil the tops with some olive oil, and we're gonna salt and pepper them a little bit, and then get them out on the smoker. So we're just gonna use a little bit of olive oil here. I've got some kosher salt and black pepper, coarse black pepper, and just need a little dab of olive oil on each one to give the salt and pepper something to grab onto. Just going to get each one. Whoops, that's enough for all of them there. Got a little heavy-handed. That's okay. Never claimed to be a clean cook. We need a little more. Probably should put this in a bowl and brush it on with a basting brush. That would have been a lot better. Now that I'm done, maybe next time. If you have a basting brush, you might try that. I like to get my hands in there and get dirty. I work with my hands when I can, and that's just better. All right, and then we're just going to lightly season them with some salt, some kosher salt. And some black pepper. Don't need a lot. Crab Rangoon is not a super spicy, or at least the varieties I've had, it's not spicy really at all, but not overly powerful in the seasonings. All right, so we're going to get those out on the smoker. Like I said, we got them going on the smoke setting with cherry pellets. We're going to smoke them for about 15 minutes. Before we get them out of the smoker, I thought about that, how tender these are, how delicate they are, and I thought it might be better to put them on just a basket or a rack. I sprayed this with some olive oil cooking spray, and that might just make it a little easier to get them back off, because they will stick to the rack when you put them on there. So the other thing is, so I got these at our local Walmart, and we like to do the order online and pick up. One problem with that is you don't get to select your produce, and I'm supposed to have large mushrooms, These aren't bad. They're not huge, but they're not bad. But look at these. That's pitiful. Those are half the size of the other ones. So I'm a little frustrated with that. From now on, I will be going in to pick my own produce. I knew that, but we did it anyway. We're in kind of a hurry, got a little lazy, but just something to keep in mind if you're doing the order online and pick up, have them deliver it out to your car. It's very handy, but this is what you get sometimes. Anyway, enough with the rant. Let's get these out on the smoker and get them pre-smoked. Just gonna get these laying right center rack. All right, set a timer for 15 minutes. While we're pre-smoking the mushrooms, and while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and put together our stuffing. So, for the ingredients for the stuffing, we're using 8 ounces or half a pound of imitation crab meat. Now, before you start beating me up for using imitation, there's 2 reasons I'm using it. First and foremost, I live in Kansas. We're 1,000 miles from any ocean, so it's real hard to get good, fresh seafood. Secondly, most restaurants use imitation crab meat in their Rangoon anyway, so we're going to stick with tradition, and we're going to use the imitation crab meat. Like I said, we have 8 ounces of that. We have 8 ounces of cream cheese. That's been sitting out for a while, kind of softening up. About an hour it's been sitting out, so it's nice and soft. We have 2 chopped finely sliced green onions, and we have a small clove of garlic minced, and we have for classic Rangoon flavor they add sugar, so we have half a teaspoon of just granulated sugar, and of course our black pepper and kosher salt. I'm going to go a little easy. I want to go a little easy on the salt because you have the other ingredients that have salt in them. You don't want to overpower it with salt. We're going to be adding soy sauce, who's your sister sauce, some sesame oil. So those things and the cream cheese all have salt in them. We may put a little dash of salt in there, a pinch of salt, but you want to go easy on the salt. I've set aside just a little bit of the green onion for the topping for later. It's just about a teaspoon or so. Just something for topping. And then we're going to add some sesame seeds on for topping, some panko crumbs, and some crushed fried onions. We may throw some shredded cheddar cheese on top. I'm not sure yet, but that's your option. If you're going to make these, you choose what you want to put on it. You could put on white cheddar cheese or any kind of toppings. But so let's get started mixing this up while those are smoking. All right. So we've got our crab meat and our cream cheese. Throw in our onions. I'm going to throw it all in there, mix it all up. It's a pretty simple recipe. Our minced garlic clove and our sugar. And let's see, we're going to add our soy sauce. We need a teaspoon of soy sauce. I don't like to put these, pre-measure these and put them in the little bowls because half of it stays in the bowl. So, teaspoon of soy. And half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Some garlic on my finger. Ooh. Half a teaspoon of sesame oil. We need half a teaspoon of who's your sister. I don't know. Let me know if that bugs you. It's easier than saying Worcestershire or Worcester. Whoops, that was actually 1 teaspoon. A little strong on the Worcestershire. All right, and let's see if we missed anything. I don't think so. Oh, we need our black pepper. It's just a half a teaspoon of black pepper. You can use white pepper if you want. I'm going to hold off on the salt. I need a spoon to mix that up. A little bit bigger spoon. And you just mix it up. Of course, cream cheese adds a little bit of a challenge to the mixing process. Just get it all mixed real well. You want a nice smooth stuffing. This is going to be stuffed into the mushrooms, so you want it to be able to be, you want it smooth. Probably could have let the cream cheese sit a little longer, but it's not bad. All right. Oh, that smells delicious. Makes me feel like we're going out for Asian cuisine. I love Asian cuisine, all kinds. Chinese, Japanese barbecue, Korean style barbecue. I love it all. All right. We got that mixed up. We're just gonna let that sit and we'll wait till our mushrooms are ready to stuff. We'll be back in just a second. All right, our timer has gone off. Our portobellos are pre-smoked. I did taste this. I am going to add just a pinch of salt, kosher salt. Thought I could use just a little bit of it there. So, all right, let's go get those portobellos off of the smoker. Oh boy, those smell nice and smoky. Just gonna let them cool just a second here. They're not super hot. Obviously, I'm not an Iron Man. I can do that with my hands. All right, and then just stuff the stuffing liberally on top of the portobellos. I don't think this spoon is going to work as well. I'm going to use just a little tablespoon, and just going to mound it up right on top. Got plenty, so you can be generous with your stuffing. I'm really excited about this. I hope it turns out. I've never tried this before, so you and I are doing this together. Me for the first time. Maybe you've done this before. Let me know in the comments if you have. How'd it turn out for you? What other portobello recipes do you like? Maybe we can try something else next time. Okay. I'll get the rest of these stuffed up and then we'll move on. Okay. Got those stuffed real nice. There is a valid reason for my frustration with the size of the mushrooms, not just because I wanted to rant or I just like large mushrooms. The smaller ones are a little harder to stuff. There's just less area to work with there, but it's not a big deal. So anyway, now we're ready for our toppings, and we're going to add our panko crumbs, panko breadcrumbs. That'll give it that nice browned, crusty texture and look to it. It's mostly for looks, but it gives it a little bit of a breading type of flavor as well. But you know, like I always say, we eat with our eyes, and you know, we want it to look pretty. So put a little bit of the breadcrumbs on there. Okay, and then we're going to add our crushed fried onions. I'm not going to go too heavy on those. I'm not a huge onion fan. Mrs. Smokin' is, so we'll add some on there for her. These aren't super strong anyway, but that's okay. You could also add some chopped onion to your stuffing mix if you prefer. And then, of course, spade of onions. Drop a few of our sliced green onions on top just for some more pretty. If you can get them to stay on there. All right. And we bumped up our smoker to 225. And we're going to give that just another minute to get up to temp. But we are ready to get our stuffed Crab Rangoon Portobello mushrooms out on the smoker. We're going to let them go for about an hour. You want the filling, the stuffing to get nice and melty and gooey. It's all cooked, or, well, the crab meat is cooked. But you know, you just want it all melty and homogeneous and gooey. So somewhere about the last 10 minutes, I think I'm going to grate some shredded cheese, maybe just a little bit of shredded cheese. You could also do Parmesan. Maybe I'll do Parmesan. But we'll probably turn the heat up a little bit, kind of give it that golden brown look too. So let's get it out on the smoker and get it started going at 225 for about an hour. All right, our stuffed Crab Rangoon Portobello mushrooms have been smoking for about 50 minutes. I turned the smoker up to about 450, all the way up as far as it'll go, about 10 minutes ago, to kind of give it that little bit of a brownish, more of a brownish color on top. So they're done. Let's go get them off the smoker. All right, as you can see, sadly, we had a casualty. The little guy kind of did a backflip on me. Thankfully, it was a little one, so not as much. It's all right. We got it kind of salvaged a little bit, but wow, those look great. They got kind of a little golden brown color to them. And as you can see, we've got our sauces here. We've got sweet chili sauce. We got duck sauce, and we got the old standby sweet and sour sauce. We're going to get to those in just a minute, but oh, I'll tell you what, these smell delicious. Oh, they have great smoky, crabby flavor to them. Oh, I can't wait to dig into that. Let's get us a fork and get into that. Oh, I forgot to mention, we are smoking and drinking. And since we are kind of Asian themed here, I have my sake. It was given to me as a gift last year, I think it was, or maybe a couple years ago. I don't drink a lot of sake, but we are going to go ahead and try it. I don't have a tokori, uh, basically a Japanese tea set or the teacups, but we're going to make do. This is warmed sake, or they say hot sake. This is about 100 degrees. It's kind of the best for the flavors, I think, but that's going to be a nice pairing to go along with this. But let's get into these and get a taste. All right. We're going to get right into this little one on the back side here. You can serve these whole, or you can cut them into slices. I am going to a party later this evening, and I might just cut them into slices and take them along. But let's see how we are here. You can drizzle your sauces on these, but since I'm having a variety of flavors to choose from, I'm just going to kind of dip into them. I'm going to try let's try the sweet chili sauce. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit on the fork. I don't want to overpower it. Oh, wow. Wow, that's really good. I'm going to try it without any sauces. Get the pure flavor here. Gotta go in for another one. Oh man, that is good even without the sauce. I'm a big sauce guy, but wow. It's got a nice mild crab flavor. Cream cheese comes through real nice. Just a hint of that smoky, that cherry smoke. Tops it off real nice. Nice little crispy, crumbly breadcrumb topping on there. And of course the mushroom coming through from underneath. Again, not a big mushroom fan, but oh wow, I think I'm turning into one. Let's try the sake, see how that pairs with this. Oh yeah. I really like sake. Never thought I would be a fan of it either, but as my tastes mature and I get a little older, starting to expand my palate, and I really like that. So let's try the duck sauce here a little bit. I'll give you a variety of flavors. Get some of that mushroom on there. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the duck sauce. No, never have been a big fan of duck sauce, but you might be. Wow, that is really good. Try another shot of the sake. Sake is kind of a Japanese rice wine, or it's almost more of a beer than a wine, the way it's fermented. But people traditionally call it a rice wine. But that pairs real nice with the crab Rangoon stuffed Portobello mushrooms. So that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in to Smoking and Drinking. Remember, if you like this video, hit the like button, and go ahead and subscribe. That helps me out, helps me continue to bring these videos to you every Sunday morning. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when we release these. And as always, Prost!